what's up? It's Todd. This is the Concentrated Conversation Podcast. Got my man Reco in the building. We're going to talk about his corporate life, his path to entrepreneurship, his amazing transformation, all that good stuff. So what's up, my brother Reco?
It's good to have you down here, Todd Copperfield. Finally on the south side of Atlanta. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks. I finally tracked you down. It took about 2 hours, about 2 weeks or 2 years to get you here, but we're here.
Yeah.
So explain to me the path, brother, from, we met each other in the corporate space, but now you're in the entrepreneur lane, but just explain to me the path from being in the corporate space to how you got into the space you're in now.
Yeah, so basically, I was in IT for like over 15 years, working in the help desk, information systems. Of course, we met at a company called Viasat or whatever.
Don't mention that plantation.
Yeah, the plantation or whatever. So like, pretty much, I always did computers in the military, loved doing computers, whatever, got out, computers paid pretty good money or whatever. So probably about last COVID, like 2020, got fired. I was an IT man. I made all the way to IT manager, got fired from my job, and then it kind of forced me into like reevaluating how I did things and what I wanted to do, and I kind of locked in and decided to do an entrepreneur route.
So when you were in, just to clarify, when you were in when you were in the corporate lane, your mindset was to climb the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
And you climbed higher. You were a manager, director.
I was an IT manager. I made all the way to IT manager. I started at help desk. I made up the IT manager. It took about 15 years. But one of the things kind of really bothered me about that was like I was getting jobs and I was like a senior help desk, but there was guys on my team who didn't have. Got a master's degree. They didn't have no master's degree, no college degree at all. They basically just took a couple certification tests and we were all making the same thing. So it's like being black in corporate America, you always got to be twice as good as the next person. So once I got to that point, it took me about 15 years to become an IT manager.
And what was that feeling like? Because as you know, I've been there before, of working in corporate, having aspirations to climb the corporate ladder, and then getting let go, aka fired.
Yeah, I mean it was brutal. You gotta look at yourself in the mirror and see like what you could have done different. But like they fired me over the phone. I was at the airport about to go to Charlotte for the weekend or whatever, and they wanted me to come in. I'm like, it's Friday. Can we not discuss this Monday? They were like, no, we need to discuss it today. So you know what that means already. So like, nah, you just and they had the balls to do it. They fired me over the phone. I went from being employee of the year December to being fired in February. It's like corporate America is like a rude awakening. But it gives you that false sense of security. You're thinking, you're doing a great job, but one thing happening and the company feel like you're gonna be a vulnerability or asset, you're gone. And I've seen it happen to people, so I actually had to fire people. So, it was a rude awakening to say the least.
Yeah, I got fired over the phone too. That's quite a coincidence. And they tried to get me to come into the office.
Yeah,
I
never understood that. Like send a letter like that.
You want me to waste my gas to go into the office?
Or even that,
tell me I don't have a job.
And I think that goes back to that plantation mentality. Like you're not good, we don't want you no more, or whatever. But like I said, I accept responsibility for some of the reasons why I got fired because I got two trustworthy people in the corporate American field. That could be dangerous, trusting people or whatever. But like I needed that. That was the best. Literally, I could say getting fired was the best thing that ever happened to me.
But what was your initial reaction?
Well, I was headed to Charlotte to see how that little weekend. My initial reaction was like, damn, I just got fired. I think I had called my mom, was like, they let me go. She was like, oh, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna figure out a way. So the whole plane, it was like an hour plane ride to Charlotte. I was just thinking like what I want to do next. And at the time, I had some stuff going on the side, like trying to do my own thing, but I really wasn't like full steam ahead. You getting that check every 2 weeks, making good six figures. Like, why bother? But it made me like, okay, this is what I gotta do. I gotta dig in, but I was willing to do anything, whether it was drive Uber, Lyft, or whatever. I know I'm gonna do what it takes to provide. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna make sure your family eats, regardless.
Exactly, regardless.
Like a real man.
Yeah, and maintain their lifestyle.
And can you talk about? We've had these conversations off this video, of course, with friends. But can you talk about like the experience of being in corporate America as a black man?
Yeah, you always let's start from the interview process. You always gotta make sure you're dressed the best. Your blue suit, your blue shirt. You gotta make sure you're speaking proper, not using no slang in interviews. Your name needs to be at least generalized. I would say you just gotta be. It's just a question they ask you. Like they ask you a question like, what was a question I asked one time? If it was you, if you could be on an island with one person, who would it be? Of course, they want you to say somebody black and famous. They want you to say Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, or whatever. But it's called playing the game. You're smart enough, always say somebody white, like off the wall. Like I would say like Billy Joel or like or somebody like that. Like that piques them like, okay, he'll blend in, because they want you to be they call it a cultural fit, which means they want you to be able to not come in there and
They want you to be able to code switch.
Yeah, they want you to be able to go in there. They don't want you thinking you're gonna be in there bringing the whole hood with you. You know how that goes.
I've never been asked that question before.
Yeah, I got asked that I had this one job. It was actually a great job. They do an actual culture interview, and that was one of the questions. And I was like, and actually doing it, I was like, you want me to say Martin Luther King, don't you? And then they all started laughing. I was like, no, I said probably Bill Clinton.
Damn. Should have said Malcolm X.
No, I shouldn't. I probably wouldn't have got the job. That was a pretty good job.
Farrakhan.
No,
definitely got escorted up out of there.
911, please.
Yeah, I've had a lot of those same experiences. Like, we've had these conversations before, and it's hard to explain to someone how you're in a quote unquote good job, but you can't really be yourself or you're not accepted.
Yeah.
And you go through all these stresses of dealing with management who really doesn't they don't identify with you at all. And you have to play the game where you won't survive, and when you ask questions, you're seen as a threat, even if you ask them in the nicest of way, at least in my experience. And that's some of the things that you have to deal with that I try and explain to people. Yeah. But it's one of them things.
Or even if you get your voices elevated, you're aggressive. That's the main thing black men get in corporate America, especially in leadership structure, that you have aggressive behavior because you're passionate. They don't get that part of it. Like, I'm not saying everybody's not passionate, but it's a different kind of passion. So they take that as aggression.
Yeah, I think if you're not a go with the flow type, they're gonna get you out of there, especially as a black man, in my opinion. But black women have it tough too. I've heard some horror stories that I know they would.
I think black women definitely.
Yeah, they wouldn't have tried us in this manner, but they tried like other people.
Mm-hmm.
So, what was your process after you were let go? And then what led you to the weight loss, the entrepreneurial path? I don't know which one happened first.
So actually, coincidentally, we did a weight loss challenge at work. I think I was like 298 at the time. I was like 302, so I got down to like 280 something. I think I won like $200. And at the same time, I had joined a gym called Lovely Body. So I was doing group training with this guy, or whatever, called the King of Fitness. And so like, started doing that, weight started coming off a little faster, started investing like meal plan, or like eating healthy or whatever. Then I was like, okay, wow, the weight's coming off. And I started to feel better too, because I had I was pre-diabetic. So that I needed this workout. They always want to, put you on the insulin. I was like, I was not going to be on insulin. So then I started Googling like side effects of diabetes and all that stuff. So that made me kind of like dig into the workout portion of, really take the fitness serious. Then I had time on my hands too, so like I might as well use my time wisely. So I started working out. I got fired February. I started working out real heavy that April. Like twice a day, 5 days a week.
And what made you have that commitment to stick to it? Because a lot of times, I know even myself, even now sometimes, you start with it, you want to finish it, you want to transform, but the shit ain't easy. So what made you stick?
I started to feel better. Like my stomach started to go down. I started to feel better. I wasn't aching. I had better energy, and really I felt better. I felt better inside. Like even when I was big, I always had ultimate confidence. When I started getting stronger, I saw like how my body looked actually in the mirror. Because before, you had a bare belly, your stomach out. You got to pull your pants up. I'm not a person who's sad. Pull your pants above your stomach. So I felt better. I felt better on the outside.
Yeah, I did not realize you were that big till I saw your transformation pictures. And I was around you.
Yeah.
When you posted that transformation picture, we gotta copy that into this video. I was like, wow, damn. But also, you went OD with the workouts. Can you describe like some of the workouts you were doing? Because you were on some maverick shit.
Yeah. So like our days are broken down to like we do leg days on Mondays, like group training, which is heavy weights. We do leg day on Mondays. I would do that in the morning and in the afternoon. And then on Tuesdays, we do like back, but then like cardio. One thing I got into last summer was big was running. We started running like 3 miles. Black people don't like running. So we started running like 9 miles a week on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. We were running in the evening. Then we decided we'd go up every month. That's when the weight really spurned off. And I had bad knees. So first I started running, I hated it. Then as I more and more ran and the weight came off, I was like, okay, this is good. So we started at 3 in July. And
3 miles a week?
9 miles a week. And we went all the way up until January, where we ran 10 miles a week for a whole 40 miles a week for a whole month. Then we took February off, and I gained a little bit. Actually, gained a little bit of weight back. Not bad, but I gained a little bit of weight back, and we just started back running now. We run 16 miles a week.
16 miles a week.
And now I'm incorporated strength training because now that I've lost a lot of the fat, we lift now too, like 4 days a week. So I've incorporated like regular bench press and leg squats, things of that nature, like bodybuilding. So that's what we do now.
And what is the total weight loss you've had?
The lowest I've gotten to is 198. Now I'm at 202. So I've lost 104 pounds. That's the most I've lost.
104 pounds. In how long? A year?
A year. Yeah.
That's impressive, my brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Healthy as ever. My numbers are all good. My cholesterol is good. My A1C, which is your diabetes, went from like a 6.7 down to like a 5.1. That's normal. Doctors can't believe it. So pretty much it just changed my whole health outlook. So pretty much healthy. And pretty much now it's become a part of my lifestyle. It's like I'm addicted to it because I need it. So it's kind of like gets me through the day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like watching from the outside, like I seen you, and we have social media, so you can kind of see the process, but you don't realize it to the end sometimes. So I saw you in the gym, and I was like, "That's good. My boy's in there getting it." But then it was like he was living in the damn gym.
Yeah.
I was like, "God damn, he's still going."
Yeah,
and a lot of people will stop. But then when I saw the transformation, a lot of times me and you joke a lot, but I was like, I was like, shit, I need to get in the gym and lose some damn weight too. That's why I believe it's important. Just one of the reasons to have good people around you doing different things to motivate you in different directions. Because I swear sometimes I'll be like, man, I ain't going to work out today. And I hear your voice in my head.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And then I put my ass to the gym.
And I post those videos every day. I know sometimes they get annoying, but like I look at some of my homeboys, like we was all 300 together. Some of them still 300. I'm like, bro, like let's get in the gym 2 or 3 days a week, get a bike. Sim was a good friend of ours. Sim, he started cycling. He rides like 200 miles a week or whatever. Like it's no good if you're gonna make all this money. It's no good if you're gonna be 60. You laid up, got to get insulin every day, and
or you might not make it to 60.
You may not make it to 60. Like being overweight, it triples your chance for stroke, heart, and all these things. And then and I always tell people like one of the things like, which I'll train stress is like, how can you say you love your family but you'll take care of your body? Like, and you the breadwinner. Like, what are your family gonna do with you gone? Like, they gotta scramble. Like your wife or your girl, they gotta scramble to make sure like everybody's good. Like, do you want to leave them like that? And it could have been prevented. That's in the back of my mind too. Like, do I want to leave my kids because of poor decisions I made when it comes to health wise? And that's just an internal motivation thing. Everybody don't have it, but you have to work out. Like, there's no way around it. Like, especially if you want to drink on the weekend, have a good time. Like, it feels much better when you're healthy and doing it.
Yeah, you have to balance it because we live in a society. Everyone says chase the bag, chase the bag, chase the bag. I'm all for getting money. I'm all for, of course, providing for your family. But without health, what good is the bag?
Yeah, what good is the bag? The bag will be paying for the insulin to the doctors. Yeah.
Exactly.
You be getting Pfizer stock.
And then I see a lot of these people chasing the bag and not taking care of themselves. And unfortunately, if something happens, they still need to GoFundMe anyway. So that's not really chasing the bag or taking care of yourself.
Yeah, that's big.
But that's neither here nor there. But you have an amazing transformation, bro. Like, for real. So how did you go from the transformation or during that into the entrepreneurial space?
So one thing the gym promotes is like entrepreneurial spirit or whatever. So we actually started, when COVID happened, we started a virtual platform called KOF Live, and they needed an IT person, just so happened. So I was doing stuff on the side, like helping them out. So pretty much, like you lost your job now, you just want to jump into it, and hit, this is what we have to offer, part ownership or whatever. So I hopped in and like we started with like, I think we first started with like one location, Shreveport. We had like 20 clients. Now we have like 20,000 clients online worldwide, all the way in Saudi Arabia. We got people in Korea. We got people in Afghanistan. We got clients in Germany. We got clients everywhere.
So those are
virtual clients, online clients, yes.
So you have online sessions?
Yep, we have online sessions 4 or 5 times a day, 6 days a week or whatever, and people join, like they can join like Step, they can join Spin, and it's group strength training. So the same training we're doing inside the gym, they're doing it on the opposite side.
Gotcha.
And we have our own app, which is called Result City. You download the app, you sign up, you pay for a package, and the package is good for 30 days, and it comes with a meal plan, and you work out with it. So, and I pretty much support that as far as technical wise or whatever. So that's my aspect of that business.
So you were able to transfer your IT skills you use in the corporate world into
a business for myself. Yep. So is it like a business for myself or whatever? I started my own business, and then that business contracts with the KOF Live.
Nice. And you got 20,000 clients.
We got 20,000. Yeah, we got over 20,000 clients.
I need a loan, bro.
Well, I got 4 kids, bro, and 1 in college. I can say that now. That's 1 in college.
What does that have to do with my money, though?
You know, the money goes out. You have kids.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyway, moving on. So, you do the online, you help with the online thing for the gym. I know also you started, is that,
Yeah,
what
Hungry Dogs Run Fast is like kind of like a little, my own like an internal fitness move. It's not fitness thing. A couple years ago, the Eagles had a Super Bowl run, and one of the things they always talked about was Hungry Dogs Run Faster. So I kind of like, whether you're hungry for the money, you're hungry for success or whatever, so I kind of like put it together with the fitness. So I was running at the time, so I did Hungry Dogs Run Faster. I really not into merchant apparel like I should be, because it's time consuming, you know, it's tedious doing all that right there, but I wear it. Sometimes people want to say they want something, I'll get it for them or whatever, but pretty much that's kind of my mantra or whatever. I got it tattooed on me because I look at myself like I want to be a hungry dog. You know, when a dog is hungry, they do whatever it takes to get food, so that's kind of my mentality, my mindset.
What is an eagle?
What's an Eagle?
Yeah.
Philadelphia Eagles.
What is that?
Super Bowl champs 2019.
Oh, I never heard of it.
15.
But anyway.
Oh, we beat the Pats, yeah.
Anyway, I'm not a Pats fan. But we're moving on. What is you do a meal replacement thing too, though?
Yeah. So we started then. Okay, this is the second business. So we started April 26th. We started it being They came out with distributors. So we one of the first 6 distributors of Shake Something Cafe. So this is right here some Skittles tea, 15 calories in a gallon. You can get that. rcnutritiongroup.com. Add that on the video, please. Number 2.
You just said it. It's
yeah.
gonna be added.
So we sell meal replacements, metabolism tea, appetite suppressants. We sell fat burners, all those things, products we take, whatever daily. They're all natural, they're handcrafted, and they're black made. The company that makes it's called InfiniteHerbs.com. They're black owned. It's a black sister. She's an AKA. She went to, can't remember what college she went to, but she's from Georgia. She actually has bought like 10 to 15 acres of her own farm where she grows her own natural supplements. And a segue to that, the reason why she did it was because the school was telling her that her daughter needed ADHD medicine, and she didn't want to do that. So she studied pharmaceutical natural blends and came up with a focus blend. Her daughter was able to take that and not get on the pills. That made her turn into a business.
Oh, that's nice.
And then the gym bought part of her business or whatever, and now her herbs are all available as far as on rcnutritiongroup.com.
All right, and the herbs are in the juice? Or?
No, the herbs are separate.
Okay, gotcha.
The herbs are like fat burners, appetite suppressant,
okay,
things that help you burn fat. She has like testosterone blend, testosterone blend. She has like focus blend, a lot of different blends or whatever. You can go on her site and check those out or whatever. We sell those products as well too, and they naturally help you maintain whether it's focus, losing weight, control your appetite, things of that nature, try to make you more healthy.
And you came out with a detox, right?
Yeah, well, our trainer Corey came out with a detox called Revenge Detox. That's dropping June 19th. Already, we've had a test group of 20 people, and they've lost over 400 pounds.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, and people are like, that's going to be the next biggest thing to drop, and it's going to be available too on rcnutrition.com. It's actually it's made by Shake Something Cafe. So we're trying to, one of our main initiatives saying we do it for love, we're trying to help black people lose weight, maintain a healthier, active lifestyle so they can live longer and be here longer and the movement can grow and grow.
Yeah, we don't use try. And the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, the proof's in the pudding, yeah.
Yeah, so you've been doing
putting products out there that we can use, not drug dependent, naturally.
And you said you can get those where?
rcnutritiongroup.com. The detox will be available on June 19th at shakesomethingcafe.com. But RC Nutrition Group will have the detox probably the 1st of July.
And so what's next for you? Moving the RC Nutrition Group along? Yeah,
so next thing is my partner with Cam Cartel. We're elevating once we get the detox. We're trying to build, we have a slogan where we want more, we want to give more. So now we're trying to help more people want to be entrepreneurs and build our business out platform that way, whether it's marketing, digital graphics. We want to bring people on who want to be entrepreneurs necessarily, so they don't have to go to corporate America. They can start their own thing and build in the team. We just acquired a new facility, 20,000 square foot gym. It's probably gonna be one of the biggest in the country, definitely the biggest in Georgia. And we're gonna turn it into like a fitness compound along with like a cafe room for people who want to cyber work and different things of that nature. So you can get all that in one stop.
Oh, that's nice. Where's that gonna be at?
It's gonna be in Fairburn, Georgia. It's probably about 15 minutes south of the airport.
Okay. And you also you volunteer, you give out food.
Yeah, so we started last May. We feed the homeless every Saturday. A hot meat, which we do chicken, 2 sides, bread, snacks, and we do hygiene packs and all those things. That's all under the gym umbrella too. So we use our own money for that. We've been doing it every Saturday since May.
And what made y'all get involved with that?
Well, what made me have a passion for it was that I've always wanted to help the homeless, but Corey's mom has been doing it for 9 years in Shreveport by herself. She does chicken, noodles, and cakes or whatever. I went down there for a visit with him one time for the gym. I saw her doing that. I was like, wow, and the people were like lining up, so appreciative. I know you had did it before too. You and your family had done it before. I was like, this would be a cool thing to do. So I came back to Corey, let's do it. He was like, that's cool, let's do it. So we buy 300 pieces of chicken a week. We have chip in on the sides and the snacks. We have a group of volunteers. We pack this stuff. We all go out by 3 or 4 cars, and we have like 4 locations. We hit downtown Atlanta. We hit the 2 biggest parks. We hit a senior citizens home, and then every Saturday 2:30 they wait for us, and we give them the hot food, the drink. We kind of talk to them, and they kind of come like family. Then also we take donations for clothes, things of that nature, and pretty much that's how we help them out.
And how could someone donate if they wanted to?
If you want to donate, you can follow me on Instagram or at King Reco, KINGRSCO. You can DM us, or you can Cash App us, or you can if you want to send some clothes. I'll give you your address. You can 4417 Commerce Circle, Atlanta, Georgia 30306. You can mail clothes, light used clothes, blankets, and all that stuff. We'll make sure it gets to them.
That's nice. And what, in your experience in work, because I feel like the homeless, there's a lot of misconceptions.
It is.
What is your feelings when you're out there with them? Because I know for me, I love having conversations with them. They have all type of diverse backgrounds. And I know when we were doing the coat drive, when I was working for that plantation, like the people at the plantation would be like, what organization are you giving to? And I'd be like, I'm giving to the people in the street. And they're like, you go out there?
Yeah,
like, what is your experience been interacting with the homeless?
Of course you have, like anywhere else you go, you have, of course you might see a drunk one every now and then, but we've never had any problems where we had to say, no, we're not coming back. Pretty much everybody's respectful. They know us. They say we're the chicken people, so
they're appreciative.
Yeah, they're appreciative. We're very appreciative. Like I said, everybody has a different story. For whatever reason they're out there, they're always saying thank you. Like some of the people have become family, have become like family. You see your family on the weekend. So like I said, every now and then you have a rowdy one, but nothing out of control. They're very appreciative people. They're thankful. It's just crazy that people actually live like that in America. That as a whole other separate podcast and a conversation.
Yeah, and it's heartbreaking, especially when you see them out there
with kids.
That's what I was going to say next.
That's the worst part of doing it, is when you hand a plate to a kid that does something to you.
Yeah, I remember like my first time pulling up. It was a street downtown here. I can't remember that street, but they were all set up on the. I was giving out the codes, but they were all set up on the sidewalks.
Yeah.
And I think we had food too. But when I pulled up, it's kind of like one of them things. I was like, yo, this is Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because they were lined up on both sides. They had tents. I had never really seen anything like that before in person.
Yeah.
But like you said, they were appreciative. Some people broke down crying, but it was great just getting their energy. Like there's some good people.
Definitely.
So what is your feeling now that you're on the other side of entrepreneurship? What is your take on the whole thing, from corporate to entrepreneurship? Like, what have you learned along the way?
The main thing I've learned, I think I talked about it this week in my Facebook post, is that if you have a fire that's burning with inside you, and you know you're a type of person, you're a go-getter, and you have great ideas, don't become so dependent on that weekly check or that 6-figure salary to where you don't pursue your own passions. And I go back to Steve. I read Steve Jobs' book about Apple, how he started Apple, and how like he just took everything he had and stuff like that and did it. Jeff Bezos did the same thing. You hear these people starting these companies in their garage because they took a chance. They bet on themselves. And sometimes, I think a lot of times, we get complacent. But like I would tell anybody who has a passion for not just being your own boss, but if you have great ideas and you know you have a fire burning inside you, definitely jump into your entrepreneurial spirit. Like, and you believe it and you have the faith or whatever, definitely God is definitely gonna make a way. And I definitely believe that if you're doing it for the right reason and you have the right passion, God's gonna never let you fail. And you're gonna have setbacks. You might have to, like I've had to call friends and borrow money, but I paid them back. I've had to do a lot of different things. You're gonna have to swallow your pride. And I've had to swallow my pride. But no better feeling than swallow your pride, and then when you get back on, you can help somebody else, because you never know when you're gonna need somebody. And that's one thing in corporate America, it's a chew out and spit out game. It's who's hot, who's an asset, who's a liability. When COVID happens, they can say we're cutting back 30%, you're out of there. But when you're your own boss and you got to depend on yourself to eat, you'll do what it takes. and people think it's not that. I don't be long with it, but it's lots of opportunities out there, especially for minority business. Lots of grants, lots of money that we don't take advantage of every year, and you guys gotta pursue that. Definitely pursue it. Like if you're tired of working that job is making you sick, it's making you miserable, it make you go to your therapist complaining every week. Like do your own thing. It's lots of great things you can start or be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, with me, that job had me crazy anxiety, panic attacks, all that type of stuff. And people say it's a guaranteed check. I don't even know how it's guaranteed because it's really your day to day. Ain't nothing guaranteed with that corporate world.
Nope.
Like you said, it's
Pandemic
it's a dog eat dog world out there, and then there's no better feeling for me to know that I can provide for my kids and can't no one tell me, oh, your kids ain't gonna eat that much this week, or we're not gonna feed your kids this week.
Or you done busted your butt and the company made $1 million. They tell you gonna give you a 3% raise, and they're gonna get 999 million. They're gonna give you 1,000.
Yeah, but I also tell people like, I knew that corporate job wasn't gonna last for me, so I already was working on my side stuff while I was there. I don't have an opinion as far as someone having a job. There's nothing wrong with it. Most people have jobs. But if you aspire to do something else, or you're not feeling right at your job, start that business while you're working there.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's going to be hard. Like that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, especially when you have a family.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, but you got to sacrifice something.
Yeah, to get something.
To get where you need to, where you want to be. But you can start it then, and then you have the check, and you have your side business, and when your side business makes enough, you can leave the job, or you can stay if you want to do both.
Yeah.
But
and I think it's just one of those things too. Like you may have to just downscale. You may be living. You may have to not live. May have to cut off the direct TV, or you may have to just only eat what you need, the basic necessity. What are you willing? You're gonna have to sacrifice something. So for example, I don't watch much TV. I probably hadn't watched a sporting event. I might catch a sporting event toward the end, but I don't watch much TV. But I'm making the most money I've ever made. So I used to be a big sports watcher, but now I don't watch it as much or whatever. So I really can't tell you what's going on other than it's on my phone. So you have to give up something. A lot of times you have to give up time or whatever. But the time you do have is precious. And you're right, corporate America, it is for some people. Some people need that structure, they need that guidance. But for people who have that I call it that fire because it's inside you. Like you have great ideas. Don't waste your great ideas on giving them to corporate America. Like use them for yourself.
yeah, I think that's great advice, man. I couldn't say it better myself. So, what is next for you?
I just have it for my next thing I want to do is I eventually my short-term goal this year is I want to retire my mom for Christmas. A lot of people think they got to work till they're 65. I don't want her to work. I think my mom's done a great job as far as always being there through thick and thin. I want to retire her. My second goal is I want to do a scholarship in my grandfather and my late grandmother's name. I want to do a scholarship for a high school student from my high school that wants to I want to start out with books, then grow it to an endowment to where they can go to school. If they want to go to college free. That's my second term goal. And my third term goal will probably be to next year I want to hire 20 people. So those are some of my short term goals. And
one last thing, bro. I can't leave without at least asking you this. You're a super involved father. Father's Day is coming up. Just explain what your kids mean to you, because with all this stuff you're doing, I still see you at all your kids' events. Your kids are a big part of your life, as they should be. Yeah. Black men a lot of times get a bad rep as far as not taking care of their family, and I know you shatter all those types of stuff.
So I like I said, I was raised by both parents, by my mom. Of course, my mom was more loving. My mom was always there. My dad was there too. But one thing I said when I became a father, I never wanted to miss the special moments, and I always want to tell my kids every day when I talk to them I love them, because we growing up. It's said, it's known, but it ain't really said like that. So I always go above and beyond. So I make sure I have my time with them. Whether we're talking on FaceTime every day, or we're doing something. We try to do something a couple times a week. And I got a son going off to college or whatever. So that's gonna be some kind of exciting kind of bond with him as he become a man, trying to show him the thing. And like I tell my son at his graduation, the main thing I want him to do, I want to leave a legacy to where if something happened to me, I know he's gonna be prepared to take care of his younger siblings. So I have 2 older ones, 2 younger ones, or whatever. So my main priority is making sure they don't have to deal with the same thing I dealt with, so they're in a better position. Like a lot of times we talk about, me and you talk about this all the time inside, how like other races set their kids up for success, and it's up to the kids to blow it, whether they go out and get hooked on drugs or I want to set them up to where they don't have to chase the bag. The bag is there; they just have to cultivate it right. Mm-hmm. So I want to buy the acres, plant it, and then all they got to do is nurture it and keep it going. Like I want to have to work. That's the part where they're gonna have to work to do it. That's what I want to do. I want to get the field, set it up. I want to do a couple of crops and shares myself so they can see how I did it. Then they can come in and take over themselves. And that's the kind of mentality I want to instill in my kids too, while maintaining that balance. Because kids need time too, but the main thing, they need love. They need to know that they're loved. And I think a lot of times we as black families as a whole don't say it enough. We're getting better about it, but we don't say it enough. And I think we are part of that culture that's kind of changing that from where we came up. Because your people loved you or whatever, but it wasn't. We said it at funerals,
Yeah.
And like it's not like every day, like now we interact with our kids, your baby that's come up to you, Daddy, I love you, we didn't really have that, but we just knew it because how hard they work. But so now we can actually express it and say it and work hard. You know what I'm saying? And that's from us learning how previous generation did it and then doing it our way. And I'm sure our kids will do it a different way as well too.
Yeah, I think every generation should improve upon the one before.
Correct.
That's why I wanted to talk about the whole fatherhood thing, and also the other things we talk about as far as like financial education and things like that.
Yeah.
We talk about stocks, crypto, we talk about all that stuff. And to me, the importance of that is not only for myself, but to be able to teach my kids that. Now my son has crypto, my son has stocks. Yeah. I just learned it, last year.
Yeah, true.
So him learning it at 22 years old.
He's already ahead of the game.
Yeah, you don't have any excuse. Yeah. And I know, as I said earlier, you're a super involved father, so I definitely wanted to touch on that before we wrapped up here. But I want to say thank you for
I want to thank you for coming to the South Side. I know, I know you usually only come up with Scotch Bonnet, but it's good. It's good you got the burbs and you can come down, see how us poor people live. Hey.
I was trying to keep this cordial here, but you chose violence.
It's good to see how us people on the South Side live.
It's good to be able to at least track you down, because when your friends start to get money, it's hard to schedule them. They act like Kanye West in Wyoming. And it takes a couple months.
I need me a compound.
But you're working on it. I'm trying to get there. It's good to at least track you
always
down
good,
for
brother.
once.
Always good.
And,
always
the
good.
Conversation is always good as usual.
Yeah.
But subscribe, tune in. King Reco, Instagram. Say your
RC Nutrition Group, Instagram. King Reco, KINGRECO. Yeah, follow me. Join the movement. Let's get healthy. Let's get active. Let's take back our lifestyle. Let's make sure our communities are being properly educated and informed.
The Sergeant said it best. Concentrated Conversation Podcast. That's it.
That's pretty dope,
Oh, Jesus, I think that came out well.
It did.
My gummies did kick in a couple times where I